Entitled brother and wife demand $225,000 wedding gift. Get evicted. AITA? My brother and his new wife demanded $225,000 as wedding gift since I'm rich and single. When I refused, they insulted me, so I kicked them out of my apartment. Am I the Ahole? This is a story that's been tearing me apart, and I need some outside perspective. I'm a 34-year-old woman, 34F, and I own a successful jewelry business. My younger brother, Frank, 27N, has been with Vanessa, 25F, for a few years. Things were fine until they got engaged a few weeks ago. Their wedding was supposed to be small and intimate, just family and close friends. But then things took a turn. The $225,000 wedding gift demand. At the engagement party, Vanessa pulled me aside with a shocking request. They wanted me to give them $225,000 as their wedding gift. She said everyone else could give whatever they wanted, but they had a special request for me because I'm successful and have my own business. I was floored. There was no way I was writing a check for that amount. They said they needed the money to start a business. They argued that because I'm single and don't have kids, I should contribute to the family. I refused and said I'd give a reasonable wedding gift, but $225,000 was out of the question. Vanessa got angry and said that if I wasn't going to give them the money, I shouldn't even bother coming to the wedding. I walked out, told everyone I had a headache, and went home. Brother sides with wife. I called Frank and told him what happened. To my surprise, he sided with Vanessa. He said that as my only younger sibling, this was the least I could do for him as he started a new chapter. They were planning on quitting their jobs and needed the money. I hung up, disgusted. But it didn't end there. They started constantly bothering me. Vanessa even messaged me, blaming Frank and saying they desperately needed the money because they were tired of their dead-end jobs. They work in the same company, one in sales and the other as a data analyst. She earning slightly more than he does. The rent-free apartment and the eviction. Here's another important detail. For the past couple of years, they've been living rent-free in an apartment that I own. They moved in years ago, when they were first getting serious. Their company took a financial hit due to the pandemic. They said they needed a place to move in together and asked if they could move in my apartment. I have helped them out with money several times already, so let them stay there without paying rent. I'd had enough. I decided to evict them. There was no lease or agreement, so it wasn't a legal issue. I just wanted them out. The wedding day and the locks changed. They got married yesterday. I obviously didn't go. The night before, I received a horrible, condescending email from them. They called me selfish, narcissistic, and said that's why I don't have a husband or kids, a personal choice. They said I cared more about my money than my family and that they had lost all respect for me. That email triggered me. While they were getting married, I went to the apartment and changed the locks. I know it's not legal, but I also know they can't afford a lawyer. They found out today when they returned from their fancy hotel. They were furious and came to my place. I refused to let them in. Frank accused me of ruining his honeymoon. I told them they should have been grateful to the owner of the apartment. I told them they could take it up with the lawyer. I drove to the apartment so they could gather their things. It took a while. I told them they had to clear out today, and they finally left. Parents' reaction and AITA? A few hours later, my parents called, saying what I did was completely unnecessary. Frank and Vanessa showed up at their place crying. My parents had known about the situation, but stayed out of it. Now, they thought it had gone too far. They said I should have gone through legal channels, given them time to move, etc. They think I was being vindictive and ruined their wedding day. So, Reddit. AITA. Am I the Ahole for kicking my brother and his wife out of my apartment a day after they got married? Edit. More apartment details. Since people are asking about the apartment situation, it was the first apartment I ever lived in independently. It was really special to me. I bought the house that I'm living in right now. Later, when the landlord was selling that apartment, I decided to buy it from him. It was cheap because it needed a lot of work. Frank asked me if he could move into the apartment with Vanessa because he and Vanessa were getting serious. I let them live there rent-free for years. I never addressed it. I knew he didn't earn as much as I did. I've been very close to my brother. I thought he would understand me. I now feel like moving him out of my apartment was something that I had to do to teach him a lesson. I wanted to do something good for my brother. Their behavior recently has been completely bizarre. Update 1. It's been a week since the wedding. I spoke to my parents. I told them that I don't regret what I did. Instead of being grateful, they constantly disrespect and insult me. My parents tried hard to guilt trip me into believing I had done something really bad. If they want to mess with me, they should be prepared for the consequences. It's been 2 weeks since I kicked them out of the apartment, and yesterday I received another disrespectful email from Frank and Vanessa. They apologized and said that I was hurt because they have touched a nerve. They said that they knew I was bitter with age because I am 33 and haven't been able to make a long-term relationship work. I am jealous of Frank and Vanessa, and that's why I refuse to help them out. They said that instead of acting so crazy all the time, I should probably just do some yoga and chill out. If I ever intend on having a happy life with a husband and kids, because it's not like I'm getting any younger. The rest of it is just some more BS about me being a terrible person. I decided to post all of this on social media. Most people are on my side here. Frank would go for such low blows. But a couple of his friends have also reached out to me personally and told me that this is not surprising at all because for the past few years, ever since he started dating Vanessa, he has started changing for the worse. Update 3. It's been 2 days since I posted about the situation, and today my parents finally called me up. They do not condone whatever Frank had written in that email, and they were very disappointed when they found out about it. I told them that I needed some time and space away from them to process my feelings. They told me that they had asked Frank and to leave the house, and they had had a huge fight with both of them. But I really wouldn't care. They were sure that I was going to miss them, but I just told them not to bet on it. They stood by their opinion that what I had done was not a good move, but I was going to stand by what I believe in. Update 4. It's been 2 weeks since I've made that post, and by now pretty much everybody in the family has learned whatever went down between me and Frank, and from what I know, nobody's on his side. They are trying to get everybody to hate me. They have been telling people that I'm the problem, that I am a bitter and horrible person. On a happier note, I had put my apartment up for rent a couple of weeks ago, and recently I had a tenant move in, and it's going to be another source of income for me. Breaking US.